There is a war ongoing on the ground, and there is a war on social media. Israeli airstrike on Rafah has claimed several lives of civilians, including children, as visuals continue to emerge. Many have received injuries of shrapnel and burn wounds. As we speak, at least 45 people have been reported dead, as confirmed by Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Rafah is on the border to Egypt, where the camp was located and many were taking shelter. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has acknowledged the airstrike and has called it a tragic mistake and emphasized that an investigation is underway. But as these gruesome visuals continue to emerge, it appears children have also died and many are in pain. And then social media erupted in reactions and sadness, and one trending topic. Among celebrities world over, famous Indian personalities also started to share what is now a viral call to attention. Hashtag all eyes on Rafah. It's a message that the whole world is focusing on Rafah, that we will not let this issue be forgotten. For some, it is a humanitarian collective gesture. For some, it is a political statement against Israel. Among Indian stars who have shared this, Malaika Arora, Varun Dhawan, Bhumi Pednekar, Priyanka Chopra, Samantha Ruth Prabhu have shared this story on their Instagram handles. Alia Bhatt also has shared the hashtag on a post about children. These are big names who usually do not react to disturbing conflicts. So the trend immediately got noticed and became a point of discussion. In India, on social media, this turned into another debate. Many users asked if there is a certain hypocrisy among Indian celebrities who selectively react on issues like Palestine, but are usually silent on frightening issues that directly concern Indian lives or in neighbor nations with whom Indians have a cultural, ethnic and historical connect. So here's what I found on social media among different handles, and I'll paraphrase some of it for you. One internet user asked how recent murders in Bengal have never received a response from any of these celebrities. How Hindus in Kashmir who continue to be deliberately killed even today by jihadists, leaving behind orphaned children, devastated families, have never received a response from our favorite film stars. And even about death of children that we are currently talking about, 2 children killed in terror ID attack in Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir in 2023, Samiksha and Vihan. No viral trend in their support. And if we just cross the border, in our neighbor nation 2 days ago, an elderly Christian man about 70 years of age was beaten to death by a mob in Pakistan. The whole Christian minority locality was burnt, including his shop. The mob included men and women who targeted minority Christians who live in fear. All of this was on a fake accusation of blasphemy, all on camera, but no global response. This is apart from regular kidnapping and cruel forced conversions of young non-Muslim girls in Pakistan. No global response. Temples destroyed in Bangladesh. No global response. The list is long. Let me be very clear here. The problem is not about taking a stand. Of course, you must speak up when especially children die and in a global conflict like this, or when children are specifically targeted, assaulted, or even hurt. You must speak on issues that touch your heart. But such a specific, selective stand of a celebrity gets noticed. This is an ongoing war where both sides have indulged in killings and narrative wars. I say global narrative wars because apart from this, in India, 2 kinds of social images have since surfaced. All eyes on Rafah, and then, if all eyes are on Rafah, help us find Israeli hostages in Gaza. People who agree to either side are sharing their respective images. Among hostages still held by Hamas in Gaza are little children, as young as 1-year-old Kafir Bebas with his mother and his 4-year-old brother Ariel. Nobody knows what is being done to them months later. This is apart from over 200 multi-ethnicity, multinational hostages, including teenage girls taken captive in Gaza. Their status unknown. Perhaps the only objective statement came from the UNICEF this time, of which Kareena and Priyanka are goodwill ambassadors, that highlighted that images of burned children and families in bombed tents from Rafah shocks us all, and also asks for an unconditional release of all the hostages. This objective narrative has been missing from most supporters of the Palestinian narrative. Some even found supporting Hamas or silent on Hamas crimes that led to escalation of this ongoing war. India's official policy toward Palestine has been long-standing and consistent. India supports a negotiated two-state solution toward the establishment of a sovereign, independent and viable state of Palestine within secure and recognized borders, living side by side in peace with Israel. India strongly condemned terror attacks on Israel on 7th October 2023. Loss of civilian lives was also mentioned. It called for restraint and de-escalation and emphasized peaceful resolution of the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. India has sent humanitarian aid to Gaza. For over 7 months now, globally we have witnessed many conflicts and wars in real time. Though Israel and Gaza have been most prominent, airstrikes, violence, bloodshed, and much more. Many missing, many will never return. But sadly, breaking all norms, children have been targeted in Israel and in Gaza, and in other parts of the world too, in those conflicts and including in India. So let's be humane, let's be objective, let's be sensitive, because the world have their eyes on you too.